Okay, today on the workbench we have an attacking Martian robot. This is the version that has the fly eyes and not the astronaut face, and it's also the version that has the light in the fly eyes. Not all of them did. Also, let me see where I can, let's get this where I can see what I'm doing. Tighten that up. This one has the thicker hands. Some of them get where they got really thin. This one's the thicker ones. But this one does have the black plastic battery box, whereas the really early ones had a white metal battery box. But it does have the translucent green on-off switch, which many times is broken. Metal head, metal arms, metal feet. You've got the wonderful litho on the insides of the doors. And it was sent to me for repair for kind of an intermittent operation. And I'll see it has this swinging arm action. It's a little bit unstable on its feet, but running quite well at this point. So I'm going to show you a picture on the computer. So let's move in here. Move in and let's zoom in. Okay. So what we're looking at here is the top, well the front is off obviously too, but the top of the body is off. And what you can see here, this is the motor shaft, so the motor runs back that way. We're going to be looking down in a picture in a moment from the top, looking at the brush connections of that motor. But you can see it's all brass gears. There was no real visible wear on that brass gear, so I mean this has been a problem since the toy was manufactured. And this is looking straight down, like I just said. The brass gear we were talking about would be down here somewhere. This is the back side of the guns they're in. This is the end of the motor. The motor shaft was sticking out here that I would lube. And this is one of the brush connections. This is the factory solder job on that one. Here's the other brush connection, and what they forgot to do or failed to do, whichever way you want to put it, is when they make it, they bend this tab down till it touches this brush connection, and then normally they solder the two together because the whole metal frame inside the robot is one of the power conductors. In fact, this white wire is soldered right to the frame, and this goes up to the switch in the battery box and all that good stuff. So what I ended up having to do was attempting to solder this to here, and then I decided that's not going to be reliable enough. So I joined in a wire from there right over to the solder connection. So even if the motor moves a little bit and breaks loose from this connection, it's going to be getting proper ground so the motor can run. And that is what I found to be the main problem. I mean, other than age. I mean, it's old. It's obviously, even though it hasn't got many hours of running, it has had a lot of hours of playtime. By a little bit of a slop in the feet and the legs, and there's not a whole lot you can do about that. And definitely a little bit of slop in these arms. It's just a metal friction fit in there. I tightened up the connections as best I could. This side over here snugged up better, so this side over here swings a little bit better when he walks. The linkage and everything that controls this one's in there. It's just that the arm, they purposely make it a slip clutch so that when kids grab them and go like that, they don't break all the mechanics inside the robot. So it's a little bit on the loose side. So that's when we started. I had it up here. It fits a little bit snugger up there. So with the arms up in the air, they would be waving. In fact, I think they probably both would. Let's take a look. Let's get the screen so I can see what the camera's seeing. Yeah. All right. So there you have it. Your attacking Martian.